Hello friends, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Bree and today I'm going to be giving you my personal ultimate Sarah J Maas ranking. Let's get into it. So I want to start off by saying that Catwoman is not going to be in this ranking. One, because I don't really feel like it fits with the rest of her books, and two, it would be at the bottom because it's not a favorite. So just disclaimer, I have read it, it's not in this ranking. It is what it is. So with that out of the way, coming in at the bottom is A Court of Frost and Starlight. Listen, it's hard to fully rank these books because I loved every single one of them. And I see the point and purpose in all of them, but something has to go at the bottom. And it's gonna be this. This book is necessary. You can't skip it, but it's not my favorite. I think I gave it 3.5 stars my first read, and on my reread I gave it 4 just because I noticed things that I hadn't noticed before. I think this book is essential to the plot. It sets up so many things, and I think it has set up a lot for future books if she ever decides to write them. It's the ACOTAR Christmas special, and it's important, and I like it. It's just at the bottom. Somehow my Air of Fire book has disappeared, but the next book is Air of Fire. I know, this is a hot take. I get it. I still love this book. The first time I read it, I gave it 3.5 stars. On my reread, it was 4 stars. I really enjoy it. I think that this book in Throne of Glass is almost like the start of a new series because this is the book that expands the world. It opens everything up. It is huge world building, character building, plot building, and so it doesn't feel like the middle of a series to me. And I feel like because of that, the first time I read it, I was a little like, okay, this is a little slow. Now on the rereads, I fully appreciate it for what it is, but it's still going at the bottom of the list for me personally. The next book is A Court of Thorns and Roses, the first book in the ACOTAR series. I love this book. I gave it 4 stars. The world building is so good, but it's at the bottom. It's the beginning. Nothing has happened yet that I'm like fully in love with. I was also never a huge Tamlin girly, even from the beginning. So this is where it goes. Then we have Throne of Glass, the second book in the Throne of Glass series. I love this book. I love Selena. I loved the trials in this. I loved how much foreshadowing and world building is going on that you don't even realize until you get to later books in the series. I think the fact that Sarah J Maas wrote this at 16 is like unthinkable. A top tier book. Now we're getting into the portion where like I've rated every single book 5 stars, and so ranking them is a little difficult, but something has to go at the bottom even if I loved it so much. Crown of Midnight. I really love this book. I feel like a lot of people don't like it, but I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. I thought that it really expanded from the world in the first book. The character development was so good. You get so many tidbits of things that on your reread you'll pick up because you'll be like, wow, I never noticed that the first time, but now I see how it impacts the world totally. Also, people say the title doesn't make sense, but I literally never thought of that until a bunch of people pointed it out, so it had no bearing on my enjoyment. The next book is House of Flame and Shadow, which I know everyone hates on. Couldn't be me. I love this book. I gave it 5 stars. I read it literally in one night. The Kindle book dropped on my Kindle at midnight and I stayed up all night and I finished it. I love Bryce and Hunt. Till the day I die, I will defend them with all I have. I love Rune and Lydia. Tharian and Ithan get so much hate and I don't care. I'm not a hater. Like, can they be dumb? Yes. So can anyone. It's war. I feel like Bryce gets a lot of hate in this book because of how she acted, how she didn't like respond to Hunt's trauma well and all these things, and like I get it. I think that those are valid points, but also like this is war. Bryce doesn't have time to like stop and be like, hey Hunt, how are you feeling? And I think she responded how like a lot of people actually would, where they're not gonna pause and think and ask and talk about your feelings. They're trying to get stuff done because the world depends on it, and I respect that. I love Bryce. I'll defend her until I die. I love this book. Next is The Assassin's Blade, one of my all-time favorite books. I love this book so much. I've read it like 6 times now. It should be read first. I will stand by that. I have reread the series now like 5 or 6 times. I've read it first, I've read it third, and I've read it fourth, and I fully 100% will die on the hill that it should be read first. I feel like the emotional impact the ending of this book has meant so much more to me reading it first than it did any other position. I am someone who can keep up with the tidbits, so like seeing how things in this book impacted everything else. And there are moments in Throne of Glass that directly reference things said or that things that happen in here, and it wrecked me every time rereading those moments. So good. Next is House of Sky and Breath. This is the second book in the Crescent City series. It has one of the biggest cliffhangers that I've ever read. I loved every moment of this. I really love seeing Bryce and Hunt start to build their relationship and all the new characters you meet and all the different point of views. I feel like the plot is really plotting in this. I loved it. Next, we have Tower of Dawn. I love Cale. I'm a Cale Westfall defender. I'll fight for him till the end. I love him. This book is absolutely necessary. If anyone tells you you should skip this, don't trust them. They don't know what they're talking about. They are dumb. They just do not believe them. They don't know anything. This book adds so much to the plot. It strengthens so many things. There are reveals in here that you wouldn't know if you didn't read this book, and the ending is devastating. So good. And next, we have A Court of Wings and Ruin. I love this book. I feel like it's a little bit underrated because Akamov and A Court of Silver Flames are so good, but this book is just as good. I think that this book really shows a lot of the development between the three sisters, and I loved getting that. The inner core is developing. The High Lord's meaning lives in my brain rent-free. So good. The battle scenes at the end, so many devastating moments, I can't even put them into words. Next, we have Kingdom of Ash. This is the final book in the Throne of Glass series. This is the perfect conclusion. So much happened in this book. I cried so hard at so many points. I think that this book really solidifies Sarah J. Maas as my favorite author. The way she was able to weave and connect stories throughout all of these 8 books in this series and bring together the plot points and foreshadow other stories and other series was a masterclass in writing. I love all of these characters so much. I will never be over this series. Next is Queen of Shadows. I love this book. I think this book is a little underrated, and sometimes I go back and forth between it and Empire Storms being my favorite in Throne of Glass, but this is going here for today's ranking because the ranking can always change, guys. It just is what it is. Queen of Shadows has so many underrated moments, like when she visits Sam's grave and when Rowan comes back and they reunite and all these different things. I ate it up. I love it so much. The plot of Dorian and Manon starting to like really take off and seeing more of their characters, just chef's kiss. Next, we have House of Earth and Blood, the first Crescent City book. I love this. I love Bryce so much. I relate to her so much. I love the murder mystery aspect of this book. I thought it was really unique and fresh. I also kind of enjoyed, I know it's a little controversial to say, but I really enjoyed the like modern technology aspect of it. I think it was a different take on fae and magic and fantasy, and it was just super fun. The little otters that deliver mail, so cute. My top 3 are hard. I love all 3 of them so much. They're 5 stars. They probably change day to day, to be honest. Like one day I'm like, no, this book is top, and then the next it's got to change. But today this is the ranking. I love them all so much. They're almost tied, to be honest. So number 3 is A Court of Mist and Fury. This is the book that really truly made me fall in love with Sarah J. Maas, and it's everything. Rhysand and Feyre's relationship development in this book alone is some of the best character development I've ever read. I love watching them come together. I love watching them find themselves. I love watching Feyre like develop this sense of self and confidence and love and surety in who she is. And Rhysand is that man. Like, I love him so much. The ending, the last like 100 pages of this book, I think about daily. It was so good. Coming in at number 2 is Empire of Storms, my favorite book in the Throne of Glass series. This book is everything. I love it so much. I think all of the different plot lines in this book coming together in a truly like cohesive manner made the series what it is. Also, you get so much Dorian and Manon plot in this book, and they're 2 of my all-time favorite characters. I love watching them transform as characters. Like, truly a masterpiece. The ending of this book, I will never, ever, ever be over. And coming in at number 1, shouldn't be a surprise to anyone if you know me, is A Court of Silver Flames. This is my all-time favorite Sarah J. Maas book. I love it so much. Nesta is a character that I truly see myself in. She's the first character that I ever felt like represented by in a book, and watching her healing journey from ACOTAR to this book brought so many emotions. I cried, I felt for her, and also like I get it. She's mean. She's not a nice person. She's not likable. And there are moments where you like want to slap her upside the head. Like, I get that. I'm not saying that she's perfect. I'm not saying she's made all the right decisions. I'm not saying you can't criticize her or say that she did wrong things. Like, obviously she did, but there's a difference between loving and supporting someone and saying everything they've ever done is correct. Like, you can support someone while still being like, hey, they need to better themselves, or hey, they did something wrong. And that's where I'm at. Like, was Nesta rude, mean, did cruel things? Yes. Does she try to learn from those? Does she try to make herself better? Does she have some of the best character development I've ever seen in a book? Yes. Her and Cassian's relationship is my all-time favorite. I love that Cassian loves Nesta for who she is. He will support her, but he's also not afraid to put her in her place or hold her accountable for her actions. And I feel like that's the exact type of man that she needed. She needed that support and that foundation, but also needed that tough love. And I feel like watching them kind of build that through their battles was beautiful. I love the Valkyries. I love the female friendship. I love the found family. I thought that the plot was really plotting in this, and a lot of people disagree. They're welcome to their wrong opinions, but I felt like it added so much to the story and built so much else out of the story, so that there's so much the world can go from here, especially if you've read House of Flame and Shadow. All in all, this book is amazing. I love it so much. I'll never be over it. Number 1. And that is my ranking of every Sarah J. Maas book. Let me know what you think. Let me know if your ranking is different than mine. Let's talk about it. If you have any theories, I would love to hear them. I'm always down to talk ACOTAR, Crescent City, or Throne of Glass theories. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys soon.